Welcome to the Financial and Administrative Services Committee meeting for June 24th. I'm the Chair, Grant Berg. Also on this committee are Councillor Thiessen, Councillor Bressy, and Mayor Clayton. Get somebody to adopt the agenda. Councillor Thiessen.
Yeah, thank you, Chair Berg. I'd move that we adopt the agenda as presented.
And call the question.
Councillor Thiessen in favor.
Bressy in favor.
Carries unanimously. I see we have no delegations. So reports, service area update with Chief Whiteway.
Thank you, Chair Burke. A brief update from the service area. The financial management team is working on the forecasting and variance reporting for the month of May. This will be presented to the corporate leadership team in the coming weeks. And budget is, of course, continuing. The budget team continues to work with departments on budget activities to review and compile operating, staffing, and capital requirements for the coming years. Within our taxation and assessment team, a reminder that the tax due date is June 30th and it is quickly approaching. City Hall will be open until 6 p.m. on the 26th, 27th, and 30th to allow an opportunity for those taxpayers who can't make it into City Hall during regular business hours. A reminder that accounts with an outstanding balance on July 1st will be subject to a penalty. If property owners are paying by online banking, it is a reminder just to make that payment 2 to 3 business days in advance so that it can be received on time. Also, a suggestion that online payments be made perhaps even today or tomorrow to be in the bank by June 30th. With procurement and supply chain management, there's a number of bids on the market right now. The 2025 minor resurfacing program, health and safety management systems, paving stone remediation, street traffic signal work, asset management software, road rehabilitation program, copperwood ditch work, and HVAC maintenance and repair. Finally, within GIS and IT, the GIS team has worked on the publishing of historical imagery. This has been going on and is now available. The images are the 1985, 1991, and 1998 years. Users can access the images on our property viewer through the city's GIS portal. We do anticipate further releases over the next few months. Additionally, the GIS team continues to work with the development of the Integrated Emergency Communication Center, and IT has been working at evergreening all of the corporate user devices and is approximately 75% complete and on schedule to finish in August. And that does conclude my update for this week.
Okay, any questions from committee? Looking around, I don't see any. So moving on, Chief Whiteway, the municipal financial comparisons, one of my favorite charts of the year.
Thank you, Chair Berg. So at the May 20th council meeting, council had directed administration to bring back to this committee comparative financial information from the City of Grande Prairie and other Alberta municipalities. So for this report, administration has gathered data regarding taxes, spending per capita, and tax increases for municipalities across the province. They're included in Appendix 1 of the report today. So briefly, I'll go through some of the findings and analysis. So in Appendix 1, the first table is a comparison of tax rates, median value for single-family dwellings, municipal tax levy amounts, and total levy amounts, including requisitions. Demonstrated in this table is that Grande Prairie residents do not pay the highest annual property tax bill on a single-family dwelling. When looking at this particular comparison, the same home in Edmonton or St. Albert would cost more in municipal taxes. Furthermore, when we consider other levies, such as the provincial education requisition, Grande Prairie residents would pay less than Edmonton, St. Albert, and Red Deer. The second table in Appendix 1 is a comparison of taxes per capita and spending per capita. This demonstrates the amount of taxes collected per person as well as the amount spent per person. Expenses are based on 2023 actual results as submitted to municipal affairs and have been adjusted accordingly. So what that means is that we've adjusted for comparability, and items that are inconsistent amongst municipalities, such as utility operations or airport operations, have been adjusted. As you can see, Grande Prairie does not collect the most taxes per resident and does not spend the most either. Finally, the third table that administration took a look at was a 10-year tax change impact. So administration has tracked the annual tax impact from each municipality and calculated the compounding effect over a 10-year period. Grande Prairie is significantly behind the other municipalities with an average annual tax increase of only 1.18% and compounding to 12.2% over the same time frame. The next lowest municipality saw an average increase of 2.39% and 26.5% compounded over the same time frame. So in summary, tax rates are really one piece of a much broader picture. To understand how municipalities manage their finances and the impact on residents, it is necessary to consider assessment values, spending patterns, cost drivers, and even strategic choices. A meaningful financial comparison requires comprehensive contextual analysis, not just looking at single tax rate figures. So Grande Prairie residents do not pay the highest tax when we look at other municipalities in the province. Assessment values play a key role in determining how much taxes are levied and paid. Additionally, Grande Prairie does not have the highest taxes per capita or the highest expenses per capita when we compare to other municipalities. And if we look back over 10 years, the City of Grande Prairie has only raised the annual tax levy an average of 1.18% per year, significantly less than other Alberta municipalities. Thank you.
Thank you, Chief Waitway. Councillor Bressie.
Great. Well, thank you, Chair Berg. Thank you to the team that put this together. I think it is useful information. Our residents do really care about how we compare to others, and so I think it's great to have some actual numbers that are out there, not just numbers that are put out by a certain real estate firm to get as many clicks as it can get. I know when I see a couple of observations here, it really is, when I travel across the province, I know we offer a high degree of service compared to a lot of other cities. And also we're in the north where expenses are higher. So it really is remarkable to me that we're able to have our spending look like this compared to other people while delivering the services and having the cost challenges we have. And when I look at this 10-year tax impact and how far behind we are, not just our comparators, but also how far we are behind inflation. I'm both very proud and a little bit nervous about that. I'm very proud of the work that this council and previous councils, and especially proud of the work that our staff have done to find cost savings and find efficiencies and to keep our increases so below comparators, so below inflation, even while we've added services over the last couple of years. But also, I don't think we could keep that up forever. And so it is a little bit making sure that we're also fiscally viable in the future. And I don't think we're at the point where we've sacrificed fiscal viability in the future, but we definitely are hitting the point, I think, where if we're not keeping up with cost increases that our entire municipal sector is seeing, we're going to be in trouble. So I don't know if that 10-year trend can continue forever, but I'm very proud of the work that's got us there responsibly in the last 10 years. And if there's nobody else that wants to pontificate, I'm happy to make the motion we receive for information.
Looking around, nope. I do have a couple comments. So Chief Waitway, again, one of the reasons that I love this is that it proves that we don't have the highest taxes in the province, despite what some people on social media might say, and they only look actually at the mill rate. Can you explain what the mill rate, the term is and how it works?
Certainly. Thanks for the question, Chair Berg. So really, at deliberations each fall, Council has to determine how much total taxation is required to be levied to balance the budget. Subsequent to that decision, the assessments are finalized and sent out to property owners. So in reality, once we've determined what the total assessment is for the city, we then have to determine how much money to charge per class. And so the mill rate is calculated based on what's required for total taxation, how much do we have in assessment, and then we figure out what the mill rate is required in order to get that full taxation.
Yeah, and so that's based on the typical average home value.
Thank you. Well, yes, in this, we've used single family dwelling for this example, but of course it's much more complex with multiple classes of, we have our non-residential and our residential, we have farmland. So this one is simply based on residential, but of course when determining all of the mill rates, yes, we look at per class assessment.
Yeah, so our mill rate typically is higher because our home values are lower, which means we are far more affordable. Like a similar home to St. Albert is actually $125,000 less here than would be in St. Albert. So one that I always enjoy looking at, and I don't see it on here for obvious reasons, is Canmore. While they actually have the lowest mill rate, their property values are over $1 million roughly, and when you actually look at it, they have the highest taxes, and they've got less population, which is why they're not on the chart, I'm sure. But again, I always enjoy having this handy so that I can actually have an educational, an informative conversation with people when they say our taxes are the highest. And of course, this also just shows what the city's portion is, not necessarily what the province adds on to it. Okay, anything else? No? Okay, Councillor Bressie.
Yeah, happy to make the motion received for information. And again, thank you to our staff for the work that went into this.
And that's in order. Call the question.
Councillor Thiessen in favor.
And that carries unanimously. I don't see any correspondence, other business, or bylaw or policy, so outstanding item list once again. Chief.
Thank you, Chair Berg. Both items on the outstanding items list have been presented and can be removed.
Nice. Okay. Councillor Thiessen.
Thank you, Chair Berg. I would move that committee receive the outstanding items list as amended.
And
if I may, just want to note that we've now cleared the list, so we're looking for new stuff, right, Miss Whiteway? Just joking. All right, let's approve this.
all right, I see it on the e-scribe.
Councillor Thiessen in favor.
And that carries unanimously. And I call the Financial Administrative Services Committee meeting for June 24th adjourned.